what's up guys? Welcome to the Jet Show. I've got another redraw for you guys today, just like I promised last week. I just got back from Anime Expo, and yeah, I just jumped right into it. So today I will be redrawing Extrarium _ V1's drawing of his awesome mech girl, well, mech android kind of girl. Reminds me a little bit of Genos from One Punch Man. It's the girl version. So I really like this drawing. As you can see, I didn't do the hand in the same position because I felt it was a little awkward in that side for me. Anyways, I just had a little difficulty. So I just like put it to a different spot that I felt like, you know, it might help the composition out a little bit. But I am just being inspired by your drawing, just watching, just looking at, you know, your pose, your outfits, and just seeing what I can play with and how I can emphasize some shapes. Made the character a little more cartoony in my style, or just a random style. I don't know if it's my style. It's just something I just threw together. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I'm just really just discovering it as I go. So the things that I want to focus on is just bold shapes, really simple, bold round shapes, big round and blocky shapes. Not really round, just blocky shapes. Easier for our eyes to you know, spot and read. So you can see I've got her hips contrapposted, past tense contrapposta pose. Just trying some new things out. I got the belt turned a little bit towards the side because it's fitting on that tilted waist. And another tricky thing you had on your outfit was I think the top. The top was pretty tricky. Top was pretty tricky. I did add another couple of weird openings. Just, I don't know. I kind of liked it after a while. You know, at first I was like, oh, it's kind of weird, kind of hard to do. But you know, you just gotta go with it. Be inspired. You know, I'm not trying to copy. I'm trying to be inspired. Try to learn something from Extrarium. See, I think everyone has a little bit to offer in their ideas, even if it is a basic drawing or a simple design. Even, for example, like kindergartners, if they're drawing, you know, you guys probably seen it. They're floating around on the internet. Kids would draw something, and then like their professional dad would take that same drawing, dad or mom, and they would take it and render it into like a fully fleshed out illustration, and it would look really incredible. So you can do a lot with basic design. Actually, that's a really important thing, is to keep things simple and slightly tweak it a little bit. A project that I worked on back in the day was a fairy project, fairy design. Well, it wasn't design. I had to base my drawings off of a previous artist who had a really simple, just like two-piece outfit, you know, shirt, dress, shorts, kind of thing, just normal everyday clothing, and try to make it look a little more mystical. So starting with a more basic kind of design will actually strengthen your drawing a lot. So that's something that a lot more advanced artists might want to keep in mind, is that the more complicated your drawing gets, the more kind of well, complicated your drawing gets. It gets messy. It's harder to understand. So it's a really it's a good thing to remember when you're drawing. Just keep things simple, all around simple. Everybody just simple. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS, kiss, KISS. That's right. So I actually turned her pants into shorts, as you can see, because I won't be coloring the drawing. So I thought those will look like her naked legs, but if I have cut off shorts, then you can tell that it's not her legs, because I'm not going to be putting any value in. I'm going to be cross hatching a little bit. I couldn't keep that spiky thing on your arm. I wanted to. That's one of the things I want to do in these, is kind of keep true to the original drawing and keep the elements in there. You know, kind of keep the spirit of it. But sometimes it just doesn't work out, especially with this angle that I've chosen with the hand. It's that spike I feel like would look best on the bottom edge, and when it was on the top side, it felt like it was I just didn't feel right. I think the hand would get lost a little bit more. Matter of fact, the hand still feels a little bit lost to me. But I just said, it's fine. It's fine. It's big old cartoony hand. I like it. Big old cartoony hands, cartoony hair, cartoony eyes. Keep things a little more graphic. Now I started getting complicated, and that's when I started cross-hatching some values in there. I started to complicate things. I'm like, wait a second. Keep things simple, stupid. Drawings like this, where I get into it, I feel like I want to do more for it. I want to color it a little bit more. I think that would be fun to color this one, but I'm just like, no. Stick to the game plan. It's important. Our drawings, what you get is what you get. I actually did this one in an hour. I'm pretty like whoa. I did it in an hour. I was like, kind of breezed on through. I don't know why. I just felt comfortable with it. Probably because of Xarium's drawing. Definitely helped me with the inspiration. Now I like to say inspiration as opposed to copy. Let's just say that, because actually, if you look at my drawing, it's the pose. Every single line, every single musculature, everything on the drawing really is a different drawing. But people who don't really have a trained eye in art or aren't used to seeing art might say it's the same drawing. I remember doing a 4-page comic strip, a 4-panel comic strip for my senior project in high school. And my one of the judges said, "You're doing the same thing." I did 30 pages based off that 4 panels. Of those, I think it was 4 pages, yeah, and it was about 4 panels each page. I turned it into 30 pages, and they're saying I copied every single bit, and he failed me for that. It's a long story. It's pretty dramatic. I think the teacher hated me, but that's for another day. We'll just focus on this drawing. So, final touches that can really help you pop your drawing out, especially if it's a line drawing, is working on those what are they called? Not ambient occlusion. Yeah, ambient occlusion. The crevices, the darkest of darks. That's where objects touch each other, and even some of the lines on the figure itself, where things recede. So lost and found edges of the lines, you want to slightly darken it, but not darken it all the way around the lines. So I'm just finding parts where I can just punch it a little bit. Give it a little punch. Now you can go overboard. I can go overboard with those too. If what I tend to do with those what we call the darkest of darks, ambient occlusion, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I'll do too many of those, and it's a good way to show focus. And if you start doing it everywhere, then you start to lose focus. Everything just becomes equal. So you can play with that too, to try to put it into areas where you want your eye to stop for a second, but not having it everywhere, just scattered. And another pitfall you might fall into is you end up rendering too much. So a good trick rule that I use is I just keep it a third of the line drawing. If it becomes more rendered, then I think you can add more, and it can cover more of your drawing. But overall, I just keep it a third of whatever stage I'm in. For this drawing anyway, the more rough it is, the less you want. The more rendered, the more you can add. You can just keep drawing and drawing forever, but I am trying to limit myself to 1 hour. The shorter these are, the more I can do, and the more consistent I can be. And especially since I do have work on the side as well to take care of. But this video is coming to an end. Thanks so much to Xtrarium_V1 for the drawing. If you guys want me to draw one of your drawings, redraw it in my style, just comment on this picture on Instagram, the Jetty Jet Show, and just type in capital redraw, or just shout out, say redraw my drawing, or let me know one way or another, and I'll pick it. We'll give it a full week before I actually pick someone, and it'll just be random. Sometimes it can be really simple drawing. It can be more complicated, more detailed, like this one as Xtrarium's. Yeah, thanks so much everyone for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, and as always, better. backbone. Pieces.